Hello viewers, I welcome you all on sarkaritel.com and diplomacyindia.com. Year 2020 would be remembered for global doom, lockdowns due to COVID-19 and equally a sharp global recovery. As the year comes to an end, various countries are in the process of developing coronavirus vaccines. Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, recently organized a visit by the heads of foreign missions to Hyderabad to see the facilities and how the vaccines are being developed. Envoys of 64 countries visited the facility of Bharat Biotech and Biological E, which are developing the vaccines for coronavirus. To talk more about this, we are joined by a very special guest, Ambassador Marjan Cencen, the Ambassador of Slovenia to India. Welcome, Your Excellency. My first question, what's are your impressions about your visit to Hyderabad and India's efforts to develop coronavirus vaccine?
Namaste. Thank you for having me. I was fortunate to be in a group of more than 60 ambassadors that visited Hyderabad 2 days ago. And I followed the development of the situation in India from the very beginning. And I think that India is doing well in preventing the spread of the virus, but also is doing well in preparing for prevention of the virus in the future. So that's why I was happy to join the group who visited the site of the largest production of vaccines in the world. And I must say that what we saw was very modern area, the whole so-called Genome Valley, with different entrepreneurs. And the two we visited, Biological E and Bharat Biotech, were of course of specific interest for us. For Slovenia, as for other countries, is of course very important to know that we have a friendly country like India that is able and capable to develop and also produce such a huge amount of vaccines, because you know the number of vaccines the world will need is huge. And also what we heard, of course, is that for us it's important India is very transparent in preparing the vaccines, in testing and doing everything what it can to help its own people, but also other people. And what your Prime Minister said, it's a very important message that India is not just preparing the vaccines for itself, but for the whole world. So I was encouraged by what I saw, and of course by the whole attitude so far by India.
That's very encouraging words from your side. Excellency, my next question will be, how is the situation in Slovenia? Like, how are you tackling the coronavirus pandemic? And do you have some plans to vaccinate all your country people in the coming future?
Slovenia is a small country, so we are only 2 million people, and we are located in the heart of Europe. So we are at the crossroads of many countries, and since we started to face the coronavirus in February, and in March we introduced special kind of lockdown, and the first phase we were very successful from 12th of March on, and we prevented the spread of the virus in a let's say a major way. The second wave that started a few weeks ago was much worse. There are several reasons for that. Of course, the climate is different in Slovenia. Comparing to India, there is less sun during the winter, there is more fog, and this actually is a part of this. The other is, of course, that people are now already having difficulties, you know, to keep the rules going. to respect the rules that were introduced. So the government understood that the lockdown cannot go on for a long time. We started opening schools. We allowed some social gatherings to certain level, but it came out that this was not a very good solution, and that's why now the measures are getting much more strict, because the level of infected people and even death is relatively high. It's among the highest lately. So that's why it's very important actually that the people are aware, even though it's not easy to be isolated all the time, that with showing some solidarity with others and respect the rules, we could overcome this. And in Europe now the holidays are coming. People are looking forward for meeting other friends, but we'll see how this goes. About the vaccine, the European Union made a joint action, as you have probably heard. So, and it established contracts with different producers. So it probably depends also who will come with a reliable vaccine first. And Slovenia individually is not planning to buy vaccines, as far as I know, but will be part of this European project. The plan is similar as in India, so we'll vaccine first the, let's say, front row employees and more vulnerable groups, and then the others will follow. But already now the government and the medical staff are somehow asking the people to take this medicine or the vaccine just to prevent the spread of the virus in the future.
Yeah, as you rightly said, I think you have an action plan, but I think the paramount concern would be that the safety of the people when they get the corona vaccine will be the highest priority for the European Union. But how do you see India's role? Are you having some tie-up with India in terms of exporting coronavirus vaccines, or you're still working on the plan?
Well, I mean, when we talk about the COVID, it's not just the vaccine. India was showing very strong solidarity already during the export of substances for pharmaceuticals. And Slovenia has strong pharmaceutical industry, and we needed some ingredients for the medicine. So, as you know, the government has permitted export of these ingredients to certain countries, and I'm happy to say that Slovenia was among them, and we respect this what India did for the vaccine itself. Bilaterally, we are not discussing, because also these multinationals that are producing and also having trials with the vaccines. They have their own contracts, but of course they are present in India as well, except I think Pfizer. So one way or another, I think we'll get Indian vaccine. As we speak about Indian vaccines, we visited Bharat Biotech, and I heard some very promising data. I did report about this to Slovenia, also to our Ministry of Health. Since this is just a day and a half since I sent the report, I'm still expecting the answer. But I would say it's very good feeling that we have a reliable channel, also thanks to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the visit in Hyderabad, that we can always, I understand, ask India for additional assistance if needed.
Okay. Ambassador, before we end this program, do you have some message for the viewers?
Well, for the good of the whole humanity and everybody of us, I would say keep respecting the social distancing, wash your hands, and wear a mask, because you're not protecting yourself, but you're also protecting other people. And I think this COVID is excellent example that we can show solidarity with other people, especially the most vulnerable.
Thank you.
So, wear a mask. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Marjan Cencen, for joining on this very special broadcast. I think you elaborated quite well, and you also visited Hyderabad, and you could see how India is taking strides in development of this coronavirus, not for just India, but I think for the entire globe. And I think India's role in the coming years would be very important. So thank you very much. This is Ameya Sathaye from New Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shukriya.
Yeah,